We do have right over 2,000 employees in the area. We've got 2 or 3 manufacturing sites there. But mostly in our distribution branches, we have several branches in the area where our service techs are waiting for the storm. And what we tell them is, first of all, to take care of their families and be safe. We have calling lists, folks all equipped with satellite phones, so our ability to stay in touch with them is very, very good. But we do prioritize personal safety first. But that crew is very, very motivated and ready to come in as soon as the storm blows over. We can put equipment back in service. We got a couple of hundred service techs ready to come in from other territories that are not in the Carolinas. So everybody's ready to go. We got call in every 4 hours just to be ready to mobilize the troops as quickly as possible. But personal safety is our first priority, certainly for our employees and their families, and we'd also very much recommend that for everybody else who's in the path of the storm.
Norbert, what does a storm like this cost? How do you estimate it to cost for you?
For a company like Cummins?
Yeah.
Well, I think from a downtime point of view, I think you're talking in the low single millions as we shut down and hunker down while the storm comes through. Beyond that, I think property damage, that very much depends on the situation, if we have extensive flooding damage or not. So it's hard to predict at this point, but we have business continuity plans in place at all of our facilities, not just in this particular area, and there's a lot of precaution in place to, number one, minimize the damage as the catastrophe approaches, and then also really get us up and running very, very quickly in the interest of our customers and the employees and the community.
Talk about that particular part of the plan. If you're a customer who's in the path of this storm, how quickly do you think you're going to be able to have people on the ground to help them in the next coming days?
Yeah, practically within hours. I mean, as soon as it is safe to go back in, I think we got equipment ready, staged. We got spare parts. We got technicians on the ground. We also forward deployed a fair bit of fuel. One of the implications of these very water-intensive storms can be that power might be out for several days. And depending on what kind of setup you have, having reliable fuel supply may very well be one of the biggest challenges in the coming days. So we're trying to protect customers in every way we can. Telecommunications-wise, we are all equipped with satellite phones. So assuming that some of the telecom infrastructure will go down in the next few days, we're completely independent of that. And that's really one of the other things that has been a big progress for us technologically. Just about all the equipment that's out there, Cummins equipment, is not completely remote accessible through online applications. So even if you evacuate it away from your home and you're 4 or 5 hours inland, you can very much track the state of your equipment. Is the grid in my neighborhood down? Do I still have grid power? Is my genset running? What issues might my genset have? Do I need to get in touch with my service tech? Some of our service techs are actually proactively monitoring some of the critical equipment in the area. So everybody's got very good plans going into this.
Final quick question relates to Elon Musk, because during these storms, there's been tweets and other things about electric power in people's homes, the idea that in the future more people will have the kind of power that he's talking about. Does that make sense to you in a storm situation like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's trying to keep critical infrastructure up. There's a lot of different technologies. I mean, our brand says we provide power that powers a world that's always on, and I think the world's getting more and more critically wired with Internet of Things and very important computer infrastructure in just about every home these days. And so being a little bit more distributed and having that power right in your home, right in your local operation, I think it's going to come closer and closer to the end user and the consumer. And, you know, we've all trying to keep up with that and keep end users safe, whether it's commercial customers or residential customers.